Devin the Dream Haney singly fucked it up for the whole boxing world because, as we all know, Turki Alalshikh from Ryhad season wants to implement a no running rule. And if somebody gave me a choice to just blame one fighter for all of this, it will be Devin Haney. And yes, I do know Devin Haney never really ran except for the Ramirez fight. Hey, but tough titty, man, sometimes it just takes one. Because let's be honest, let's be real, nobody really expected anything for Ramirez, and we expected a lot more for Devin Haney because this is the Devin Haney era. Kind of like you're back in high school, right? And there is a kid or student that is always late, never brings his homework, and always disrupts class, right? But he never tells him nothing. And he never tells him nothing because he does not expect much from him. But once the smart guy does that, and it's the first time doing it, the teacher will probably tell him something because the teacher expects more from that student. Same shit with Devin Haney. He was supposed to show up and show out, but no, he put on a terrible performance. So terrible that it makes me want to fight Devin Haney. The only fight that's comparable to the Devin Haney fight versus Ramirez is the Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin de los Santos. I believe both fights threw exactly the same amount of punches, and one of them broke the records for the least amount of punches thrown in any fight ever recorded in the history of boxing. And I believe Turki Alalshikh got a little butthurt that most of the fighters in that card had a terrible performance. I believe if that card took place like in Las Vegas or even Los Angeles or New York, but the fight has to take place inside of a arena. Now, if they all perform bad inside of the arena and not in a place like New York City in the middle of Times Square, I believe Turki Alalshikh will not try to implement the no running rule. But I think he is doing that because that took place in the middle of Times Square in New York City. So it wasn't just the hardcore boxing fans, and it wasn't just the casuals. It was newbies, people that were just interested in the fight because it was taking place in the middle of the street. That card was stacked and everybody was supposed to impress. And yes, I will be a little embarrassed if every single fighter performed terrible. But yes, Turki Alalshikh from Ryhad season wants to implement a no running rule because he says that Ryhad season will no longer support runners. And I do understand Ramirez should have cut off the ring. And I do understand it takes two to tango. And Ramirez and Devin Haney both were timid and they both did not want to throw any punches. Nobody tried to cut off the ring or try to engage. It's nothing compared to like Teofimo Lopez fighting Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz was not trying to engage, he was trying to run. Teofimo Lopez was trying to cut off the ring and was trying to engage first. And Ramirez versus Devin Haney, none of them were trying to engage. Nobody wanted to start the fight. Nobody was trying to counter, nothing. And when Shakur Stevenson fought Edwin de los Santos, later on we found out that Shakur Stevenson's hands were injured. So that is the reason that Shakur Stevenson fought like that. Now, Devin Haney does not have any excuse except for him getting his ass beat by Ryan Garcia. But last time I looked at BoxRec, Devin Haney is still undefeated. How are you gonna be undefeated if you took a loss to Ryan Garcia? That is a Chinese riddle for you. And I know I might be going a little hard on Devin Haney, but I'm only doing that because I know he won't do shit. I will be calling out Shakur Stevenson as well, but we realized later he was injured. I only call out people that won't do shit. What, you think I'm gonna call out Terrence Crawford or David Benavidez? You crazy. Just playing, bro. I'm just having fun, and I know there's some content creators that really adore you, and I'm just trying to fuck up their day. Remember this, guys, I always said this once and I'll say it again. I am boxing instigator and I'm the one that starts shit. But remember this, guys, I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. And if you want to hop on your boy, throw $1 at the super thing. I got a roll. Peace.
Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ!